Hey now, how is everybody doing? Welcome to Red Alert Diaries with Tanya E. Hood. I'm Tanya E. Hood, a wife, a mother, and an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, it simply means I've worn a lot of different hats in my life that have helped me develop a full range of strategies and actionable steps that I've used to help my clients make a strategic impact, both personally and professionally, to have better than what life has been giving them. Red Alert Diaries is based on the life lessons from my premier book, Red Alert. Is he the one? The pocket guide defining the love of your life. And if you read my book, you already know that I got married at 21. And after 11 years of marriage, I found myself going through a divorce, having to raise my two sons alone. To reset my life and survive my divorce, I took the time I needed to get to know me better, which opened me up to new love again. So now I'm in a new marriage to the love of my life and my best friend, which just proves there is life after divorce. And on this podcast, we have real talk, marriage, divorce, money, and legacy. And today, I want to talk a little bit more about what you believe. You see, what you believe runs your life. I remember going through my 20s, and time is sitting in my heart a little deeper because today is my birthday, y'all. I have been going through reflection and thoughts, and now that I have officially in the 50 club, it is beginning to hit me a little bit different. My aunt was joking around when she was like, "You're a half a century." But that hit me. A century. Think about that. What have you really been doing with the time that you have been given in this life? Have you considered what has taken place in your existence and what the footprint is that you are leaving in the tracks of time? I'm learning more and more about what I really bring to the table. And it seems to me like I'm just getting started, which also reminded me going back and looking over my lifetime. My 20s was spent exploring a little bit, but mostly I spent most of my 20s doing what everybody else wanted me to do. I got married because marriage was something I did feel was in my heart. I believed at the core of my being that I was a wife, and that has been a true statement in my soul. But I never took the time to figure out what else I was supposed to do, who else I was supposed to be, other than what the people around me told me. So I acquiesced and became the ultimate people pleaser, doing what people here and there said, following the vision that was given to me by my grandmother and the elders in my life. And it has served me well. But what I should have known that I didn't, and a lot of us don't find out till later, which is why I spent almost all my 30s trying to fix my 20s, because it was then that I discovered there were some pieces about who I am that I should have explored more, done more, and allowed to be seen. Because Tanya really wasn't Tanya until I started hitting my 40s. It was in my 40s that I discovered my voice. It was in my 40s that I truly discovered my purpose. It was in my 40s that I was intentional about how I was going to make every move in my life. And some of those moves were moves that hurt and cut deep because I recognized that where I wanted to go, everybody couldn't go with me. You see, we often try to take everybody in our circle with us when we reach another level. But what I have learned is to pay attention to the level that you're on. When you're on level one, there are some level one people that are ride or die that can go for blow. But when you reach level two, they don't have the capacity. And so you recognize that if you want to elevate, you have to do something different because the belief that you have is different than the belief that they have. So the friends that I thought would be lifetime companions in my existence when I was in my 20s, that belief had to shift. And as you get older, I'm discovering more and more that the beliefs that you have shift. Now, there are core beliefs that you should have at the center of your soul that never change, because those beliefs are often the guiding light that will help you really get to where you need to be. I've always had a basic belief that the only reason we exist on this planet is to help one another. Being raised by my grandmother, who was a powerhouse that seemed to me to be able to help everybody in existence, it didn't seem to, growing up, like there wasn't anything that woman couldn't do. She was my shiro and helped me become a place in my heart to be my own hero. There were some parts in my world where I had to travel alone, so I thought. But then that tapped into another belief that I had. Because I also believe that we are designed in the image of the creator of the universe. And if the triune being decided that we should be here to do some magnificent things, then who was I to let somebody tell me to dim down my light? But I did. And in the meantime, it broke me. And so on the heels of my divorce, I found myself broke and broken because I did not know Tanya. And I had to rediscover who I was at the core of my being. I don't know if you have encountered, or maybe you're in the middle of a situation that's causing you to rethink your beliefs. I want to encourage you. Look at your core being. What is it that you believed in the beginning? Because some parts of those things you will have to go back to get through. And it was Jesus that I had to remember. After I finished going through my religious roller coaster ride, and a lot of you know that story, at the end of all of it, I discovered Jesus was my foundational piece because it was in the words of the Bible that I got sealed in my soul, the beliefs that have carried me. And in my 50s now, y'all, I'm relying on that deep because I'm recognizing I'm still at the beginning of another level of my journey. And at the beginning of this level, I have to pull up some of the beliefs of the past levels that have filtered through. Because some things that you believe as you get older, you don't need to. And some things that you believe as you get older morph. Those things that morph are things that grow and have a foundation often that can take you into your next trajectory. And so now, looking at this birthday, I am in awe of the woman I've become. And it sits on the foundation of the beliefs that I have held. And it is sustaining me through the next level where I'm shifting again. But I learned in the past that as I go to another level, everybody can't go with me. But there are some new people on the new level that will help me grow bigger and better into who I'm supposed to be. Because sometimes we forget how grand and large our being is. You may never be in the spotlight of the world, but you are the spotlight for somebody. And you need to be clear about that and take up the room. Fill in the space. Let your light so shine because it is in you that glory is found. It is in you that somebody's story can begin to get encouraged. Because there's been a lot of people in my world that I am now beginning to surround myself by, and I'm looking more at how their light gave me the strength and courage to let my light so shine. I shared in a previous podcast how that really started filling in for me. Now, with this birthday showing, I have a different view on this level about what time really means. And time is truly the most precious commodity that we have, but it still depends on your belief. What you believe about it will determine how you believe you can function in it. And that sits on top of the belief of who you think you are at the core of your being. I want to encourage you. If you're supportive, be supportive. And if it looks like somebody's trying to take advantage of it, give what you know you want to give to your degree. And don't let anybody try to make you think that you have to do more than you are willing to give. If you are natural, logical, and analytical like me, bear in mind that that is okay and it is truly needed. And don't let anybody try to make you believe that if you have to plan out, structure things, or organize a path and a field in your life to make certain that you are okay, do it. And do it well without validation, and know that it is okay to be who you are. And if you are that person that's a natural leader, the go-getter, and sometimes people try to make you think that you're going too fast and doing too much, assess the thought, but still reach the goal, press through to do what only you can do. Because it is in your move that some people will get the courage to keep going. And for some of those, a lot of you have already taken some of the things that I share, and you know what it means to be a hub. If you are a hub, that balancing act that you do it and do it well. And do not let somebody make you think different of who you are, how you function, or what you do. Because this birthday, I am looking at a new level of me. I am looking at another degree of who I am, and I'm recognizing that in all of it, the good, the bad, and the ugly, it's a part of my being. But I get to choose how I want to show up. I get to choose how I will be presented. I get to choose in this moment of my life as I enter into a new level with the belief that's morphing just a little bit more, but sitting on foundations that are strong. Because when Jesus told me that I am fearfully and wonderfully made, I now believe it at the core of my being without validation. And it's taken me a long time to get here. So if you feel like it's taking you a minute to get where you want to be, it's okay. For some people in my world, it's taken me too long to arrive. For others in my world, they're trying to figure out what I'm doing along the way. But at the end of the day, it's what you believe about yourself, how you function, and what you plan to do that will sustain you. And so for today, if you don't remember anything else I've shared, here's the one thing I want you to know. The belief about who you are at the core of your being will sustain you as you go to deeper levels and higher heights. And they can happen at the same time. So do what you know that you need to do. Do what you know at the core of your being, what you were put on this earth to give, because time is relative. And when you reach a different level of it, how you make it subjective to what you desire, walk in it. Be proud of it. And if somebody wants to tell you that where you are in this state should be different, you get to choose how you will show up and how you will function. But at the end of it all, I want to encourage you to let your light so shine. Fill up the room, take up the space, maximize what you bring to the table. And I'm hoping that when you enjoy your birthday, that the revelations that you get about what has taken place in your past brings you joy, brings you happiness. And if it doesn't, you can begin again. Because today is the first day of the rest of your life. Enjoy it, live it up, and have a great time in it. Now, for those of you that have been joining me live on Instagram, I'm not going to be there today, y'all, because I'm still celebrating my birthday. Yes, I celebrate the entire month. But on this day, in addition to being my birthday, is also my anniversary. So I am enjoying my moment with my boo. And Eric and I are going to have an amazing time today. So I will catch up with you all next week. But if you want someone to join you on the journey, you can still feel free to go to my website, TanyaEhood.com. There you can click under the Work With Me tab and see the various ways that we can work with one another. And in the meantime, this is Tanya E. Hood, walking in my purpose. And I want you to do the same.